Welcome Insiders to Tech Inside, I'm your host Eric. Today is June 2nd, 2014, WWDC 2014 has just happened, so let's talk about it. So first, what is WWDC? Well, WWDC stands for the Worldwide Developer Conference. This is a conference that Apple holds every year around the June timeframe, and they talk to developers about what's going to be happening later this year. This time they talk just about software, OS X, and iOS. So first, let's talk about the next version of Mac OS, Mac OSX Yosemite. A bit of a weird name, I know, but that's besides the point. Taking a look at Yosemite, it's kind of similar to iOS. It has a very flat design. Taking a look at the dock, it's very transparent and very simple, and really everything on the Mac OS now has a very flat appeal to it, flat color scheme. Also in Yosemite, there's some new applications that have been upgraded. Let's take a look at Safari. It has a very flat design, very simple design, and it's supposed to be a lot faster. Also look at Messages. Yes, it's flat, I get the point, but there's actually more features in Messages, because now you're not just going to get your iMessages, you're also going to get your iPhone's text messages. Yeah, any message you get on your iPhone, whether it's a iMessage or a text message from a friend that has like an Android or a basic phone, it's going to then go to your Mac and they can reply to it on your Mac. And that's not just with text messages, that's also going to be with phones. If I get a phone call on like my iPhone, I can just answer it on my Mac. And I'm not going to go through all the little changes in every application because that's just way too much. Obviously, the Finder is going to look different, the Mail application is going to look different, and speaking about the Mail application, there's this new thing called Mail Drop, and this is going to be a service that's going to let you send up to 5 gigabytes of files with using an email, which is kind of, I guess, a big thing because not all emails actually accept large files. Last bit of news on OS X Yosemite, this is actually kind of featured in iOS and macOS, and that's iCloud Drive. If you haven't figured out what this is, it's basically Google Drive, just an Apple version of it. And if you don't know what Google Drive is, it's a cloud service which lets you upload basically any file to it, and then it's on the internet for you to access wherever that you have internet connection. You can also think about it like another Dropbox account. Basically, just a service that lets you put any file into it, and it uploads it to the cloud, and it can go on another Mac, another iOS device, an Android device, a PC, and I can access my files from wherever. And just saying, I'm really happy that Apple is doing this. I use Google Drive all the time, and the fact that Apple's now going to have their own service for this is awesome. Moving on though, let's talk about, well, iOS 8. iOS 8 doesn't have a huge design change like iOS 7 did. It's still a very similar version of iOS 7, it's all flat and transparent and whatnot, but there's a lot of new features in it. First, let's just quickly jump to Messages again, but this time on your iPhone or iPad. Yes, they sync to your Mac like I already mentioned, but also in the Message application, there's a little button on the side which will let you do a voice recording or a video recording and send it on your group message. Or just personal message. I mean, that's not a huge deal because you could do that, just now it's more convenient. Also, what's more convenient is the keyboards though, because, you know, the Apple keyboard's okay. Now the Apple keyboard is going to be upgraded. There's going to be some new features in it, like it's going to try to guess what you're saying and try to help you along with typing things out, which, I mean, Android has done for a while. But now this is kind of a big deal that Apple's going to let you have third-party keyboards. Now, the fact that Apple is going to be allowing third-party keyboards is kind of a big deal, because Apple doesn't really do a whole lot of that stuff. But what does that actually mean to you guys? Well, if you don't like the keyboard on your iPhone, well, now you can have a new one, or you can have like a swipe keyboard, or I don't know. And well, since I'm on the opening up category of iOS 8, Apple's actually opening up a lot more things to third-party developers. First has to do with widgets. Yes, I said widgets. And no, not widgets on your home screen, but widgets in the notification center. You know, you scroll down on your iPad. It's not an iPad. But scroll down on your iPad and you get things like your recent messages. Or maybe the stocks or something like that. Now you can actually have third-party widgets like an eBay widget for things you want to buy or looking at. They're also going to be unlocking some SDKs for like a HomeKit, for like controlling your home with like your iPhone using like Siri. They're also going to be unlocking the Touch ID so other applications can use the Touch ID. And there also is an SDK for a health kit because Apple actually announced a new health application which is kind of made to help you track your health records and track how fit you are. And while there is a little bit more in iOS 8, but really, I mean, I think that's all I really want to mention. Those are some of the biggest things that happened. Sure, Spotlight was updated, so now you can do some better Spotlight searches, both on iOS and on the Mac platform. There's also going to be an update to your Photos application, which is going to upload all your photos to like your Mac and all your other iOS devices. There's also going to be updates in the actual Photos application when it comes to editing, like new editing tools to make your photos even better. But really, that is iOS 8 and Mac OSX Yosemite. Both of them are going to be coming out in the fall timeframe, probably around September or October is my guess. But before I sign out, I want to quickly mention two things if you're a developer. The first thing I have to mention is Swift. What is it? Well, it's a new programming language that Apple has just come out with. Apple claims they can do basically anything when it comes to making a social media app like Facebook, or even making a really hardcore gaming application. The language is going to be for OS X and iOS, so if you're a developer, you might want to start learning Swift. And with games mentioned, sort of, Metal. Metal is a new tool for developers that's going to let you take better advantage of the hardware in your iOS devices to get better gaming performance. And guys, that's WWDC 2014. What do you guys think? Are you happy with what's going to be coming out with iOS 8 and Mac OS X Yosemite? Sorry, I'm kind of butchering that name. Personally though, I'm mostly happy. When it comes with iOS 8, there's a lot of new things that are going to be coming out and I'm all for it. Some people are going to say that iOS 8 should have been what iOS 7 was. I kind of disagree with that. I really thought the iOS 7 was a pretty good upgrade even though it had some issues, but now iOS 8 is just a more feature-intensive version of iOS 7, which I kind of expected and I'm fine with. I have to say the only thing I'm really wanting in iOS 8 is multitasking, which might still possibly come out or might not, we'll have to see. And when it comes to the new version of OS X, I'm really all for it. It all seems good. The only thing is I wish it was more tablet friendly, because I really do want Apple to make a tablet running the Mac OS X operating system to kind of have a hybrid device, like have a tablet which then docks into like a keyboard, then makes it a laptop, or docks into a docking station and then makes it a desktop, but I don't see that happening anytime soon, but that's just what I want. Anyway guys, let me know down below, what do you guys want? Are you happy with iOS 8 and OS X Yosemite? Anyway guys, that's the video for today. Please leave all your comments down below, like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Help the channel in any way you can. Anyway guys, my name's Eric, this is Tech Inside. I'm signing out.